Okay, Splendor. This is such an elegant little game. Okay, I love games where on your turn you only have a very limited number of actions. All right. When you have 101 different places you can go and spots you can occupy and things you can generate, I don't know. I get analysis paralysis and it burns my brain out, honestly. Splendor, what I love about this game is on your turn there's only 4 things you can do, and yet those 4 things, oh my goodness. I'm a big fan of Love Letters. That's another elegantly simple game that I just think is such a brilliant little game. Splendor, definitely up there. Ooh, so the first thing you'll notice is I've changed things. I'm a horrible person. I never keep box inserts. They make me grumpy, and I'm always trying to find ways to organize. I take this game with me a lot because it plays so well, so easily. I find if I do this, it travels very, very nicely. But this is not what you'll see if you open the box. The other reason I had to do this, the box did have a beautiful insert that kept everything pretty. I had to sleeve the cards. I know, we just played it too much and the kids kept sticking the cards in their mouths. Why do they do that? I think they're out to get me. But they were constantly nibbling on them. I don't get it. So I had to sleeve them, and then of course, once you sleeve them, they don't fit in the original insert. This makes me grumpy. I wish game designers would give us a little bit of wiggle room so that when we sleeve our cards, we can get them back in the box. But I have... sorry, this isn't what your box will look like, but it will come with these wonderful heavyweight, for reals, poker chips. These are so much fun to throw around. A couple of cardboard nobles, okay, and the cards. Okay, that's the whole game. That's the whole game. Like I said, there's not a lot to this game, but what there is fabulous. So because I don't have all of the correct bits and pieces, I'm just going to set this up for play and then walk you through the rules. So easy. I mean, I've narrowed this down. There are 6 rules in this game. How is that possible? I don't know. There are 6 rules in this game, and once you get them, and you'll get them in 6 seconds, let's play. Let's play. Okay. So let me undo all of my weird boxing here and set up the game as it will look right before you start. The heart of this game involves these deck of cards. These are the mines that you're going to try to build that will produce you the gems you need. These mines will also grant you victory points, or prestige points, whatever you like to call them. And remember, the point of the game is to collect 15 points. All right? The mines are divided into 3 categories. Your green deck, these are the cheapest mines to build, but for the most part, they offer the fewest victory points. All right? So you can grab these guys relatively quickly, but they're not really going to give you much of a bonus. Okay? The yellow deck. These mines are a little more expensive to build, but they offer you a much higher reward as far as victory points goes. And finally, of course, we have the blue deck. These are the most expensive mines out there, but they offer the highest rewards. So let's zoom in for a minute and take a look at these mines. What they offer you, what they cost, and how you garner points. First thing I want to note is that it doesn't matter how many people you're playing with, 2, 3, or 4, you always reveal 4 mine cards from each color deck. You do that right at the start of the game. 4 of each. All right? And these are the different mines that you can acquire throughout the game. These mines offer you 2 advantages. First, every mine produces 1 gem of its noted color. All right? Second, some of these mines will also grant you prestige points. And remember, you need 15 prestige points to win the game. All right? Side note, this card does not grant you 2 emeralds, all right? It's 1 emerald, 2 prestige points. I made that mistake on my first playthrough, and I have to say a big thank you to, I think it's alioolio, who pointed out very kindly that I was actually misplaying that part of the game, all right? Every card only grants 1 gem. They can grant more than 1 prestige point, but they're only going to grant you 1 gem. Some of these cards, especially in this lower green deck, will offer you no prestige points. Still handy because you get that nice gem bonus, but nothing toward winning. Okay? And you acquire these cards throughout the game by paying their gem cost, and it's written here in these little circles. So this onyx is going to cost me 2 rubies, 4 emeralds, and 1 sapphire. And as soon as I accumulate that particular combo of gems, I'll be able to exchange those gems for this card. Okay? And there's 2 ways to gather the required gems. The first is through these chips. And I'll show you how you set these up and collect them in just a moment. But the other way you can acquire the necessary gems is by having a producing mine. All right? So if we manage to secure this little onyx into our play area by paying 3 emeralds, every turn from here till the rest of the game, we will have at our disposal 1 onyx token. All right? And we can apply that to the further purchase of other cards. So for example, the sapphire mine now, I'll have to get 1 red, 1 green, and 1 white. Don't have to worry about the onyx because I've already satisfied it. All right? So the more of these mines you get into your display, the easier it becomes to acquire more expensive cards, right? So at the start of the game, you're picking up these cheap mines. After you get a few under your control, you can start to look higher at these second level mines that will take, let's say, 4 blue tokens. Seems like a lot. But if I've got a couple of these sapphire mines producing for me, right, it becomes easier and easier to capture these more expensive mines. And then, of course, the blue row becomes open to us as well. 15 points, that's what we're going for. All right. So now that's kind of everything you need to know about the cards. Let's talk about the chips. The game comes with these wonderfully colored chips, all right, representing gems. And you have 5 base colors in this yellow one. And these yellows, well, they're actually wilds, all right? And so I'm not going to put them in the chip bank. I'm going to talk about them separately. So let's just set these aside for now. There's 5 of them, and they have a special purpose. Okay. Your other 5 colors come with a total of 7 of each, all right? 7 white, 7 red, so on and so forth. And in a 4-person game, you're going to use all 7 chips. In a 3-person game, you're going to remove 2 of each color, leaving you with 5 chips. And in a 2-person game, you're only going to have 4 chips of each color in the chip bank, all right? So let's do that. Let's just set up for a 2-person game. I'm going to take out 3 chips of each color, leaving me with only 4 of each, all right? This is where things get incredibly, wonderfully simple. There are only 4 rules to this game. Unbelievable, I know, but it's true. There's only 4 rules. There's only 6 things you have to think about. So let's just dive right in. 2 of the 4 rules deal with these chips. All right? On your turn, for your entire turn, you can do one of 2 things with the chip bank. You can either take 3 chips of unique colors or 2 chips of the same color if there's a stack of 4. So let me show you how that works. It's my turn, and I decide I would like to take chips for my 1 action. And I can either take 3 uniques of any combo I want, as long as I don't repeat colors. Put them in my play area, and my turn is over. It's the first thing you can do. The second thing you can do with the chips is take 2 of the same kind if the chip stack is at 4. So before you go to grab your little chippies, count the number in the stack. If you have 4 or more, you're allowed to take 2 of the same kind. So on the first turn, if I'm first player, I can take 2 of any of these I want. Let's say I decide to take 2 emeralds, all right? Next player's turn. I've only left 2 emeralds behind. So the next player, she can't take the 2 of the same kind, all right? She could if she wants an emerald, do 3 uniques, that'll get her an emerald. But she can't take 2 because there aren't 4 in the stack. She can take 2 of any of the other colors, right? But the take 2 only works if there's 4 or more in a stack. And if you take those 2, that's your whole turn. Crazy, right? Okay, that's all you can do with chips. What are the other 2 things you can do on your turn? Well, that deals with these mine cards. And on your turn, for your whole turn, if you don't access the chip bank, you can buy a card from the display. This requires paying its cost. So let's say on my first turn, I took 2 green, and my opponent took 2 black. And on my third turn, I took a green, a blue, and a red. Sorry, my second turn, third turn of the game. And my opponent took, oh, I don't know, 2 white. All right. Now, it's come around to me again. And I have managed to collect 3 emeralds. So on my turn, for my entire action, I could purchase this card. I return my chips to the bank, 3. I pick up this card and put it in my display, and we're going to reveal a new one in its place. Okay? That's my whole turn, buying this card. All right? Now, what else can you do? Remember I said there were 2 things you can do in this particular display of cards. Well, the second thing you can do is what's called reserve a mine. If you see a mine that you really, really want and you're afraid your opponent is also gunning for it, you can, for your entire turn, reserve it. To reserve a mine, you simply pick it off of the display, any level we want. Let's say I want to take this big 5 prestige point mine. And when I reserve a card, it goes into my hand, and I'm allowed to take 1 wild card token. This is the only way you can acquire these wild card tokens, is when you reserve a card. All right? This token can act as any color I want in the future, and it's mine, all mine. Flip up the new card, and my turn is over. Okay? So, what do you do with these cards in your hand? Well, simple. On your turn, once again, if you want to, for your entire action, remember how I said you could build a mine that was here in the display? Well, you can also build a mine out of your hand. Again, by paying its chip cost. Okay? The only hiccup is that you can only have 3 cards in your hand at one time, and you can never discard them. The only way to get rid of one of these cards you have reserved is to build it. All right. One last note as well. If you go to reserve a card and there are no gold chips, you're out of luck. All right. You still get to reserve your card, but if the chip supply is empty, because everyone else has them, you don't get a wild token. So sorry. Okay. So that's it. Unbelievable, right? Those are the 4 actions you can take on your turn. You only get to take 1. You can take 3 chips of a unique color. You could take 2 chips of the same if the stack is 4 high. You can reserve a card and take a wild token if it's available. Or you can build a mine. And you can either build it from your hand with the card you've reserved, or you can build one of these in the display. And you simply do it by paying its cost. Fabulous, fabulous, right? The 4 basic rules. Okay, remember I said there were 6 things you had to think about? Let's talk about these last 2 items. Last part of Splendor, the nobles. At the start of the game, you're going to reveal 1 more noble than you have players. So I've set up for a 2-person game, so I'm going to reveal a total of 3 nobles. These go face up on the side of the board. And, oh, you got all ladies. They are never refreshed, all right? And once they are claimed, they are claimed for the remainder of the game. So you could take the nobles that didn't get revealed and return them to the box. Okay? So, these nobles, you have to periodically check in on them. See what they're up to, all right? They will each have a card requirement down the side here. And if you ever, during your turn, satisfy the card requirement, that noble will come visit your store, all right? And that means you take them, put them in your display, and you gain the indicated amount of victory points. These guys are very helpful, but they're a little hard to entice. For example, this noble says you must have built 3 white cards, 3 blue cards, and 3 green cards in your display. Not chips. This is another mistake I made. The chips you own from the chip bank, these guys, these are not used in attracting nobles. It's only the cards you've managed to acquire in your display that will trigger a noble. And as soon as you meet the requirements, the noble comes to visit you. It doesn't count as an action. It's just a free event, all right? Happens anytime during your turn. You can only trip 1 noble per turn, okay? So I can't, if somehow I managed to get 3 green cards and I also had 3 blue, 3 red, and 3 white, I don't get to claim both of them on my turn. I only get to claim 1 a turn. And when they come, you get their points. They're never refreshed. All right. Okay, that's 5. 2 chip actions, 2 card actions, the noble. What's the 6th thing you have to remember? Well, that has to do with your personal chip supply. At the end of your turn, you are only allowed to have 10 chips. If you have more than 10 for some reason, because probably you're being greedy, you must discard the chips down to 10, and you get to pick which ones you're going to get rid of. All right? This only happens at the end of your turn. So if I start my turn with 10 chips, I'm still allowed to go to the chip bank and pull 3 unique chips. All right? That'll put me at 13. That's okay. My turn will be over, and I'll have to discard back down to 10. So if for some reason I got stuck with some chips I just couldn't use anymore, it's a way to sort of change out the chips in your hand. It's not a very wise move, but sometimes you find yourself stuck doing it. All right? So those are the last 2 things you have to check. Did I trigger a noble, which is a free action, and at the end of my turn, do I have 10 or fewer chips? And that's it. That's the whole game of Splendor. Crazy, right? So that's everything you need to remember for Splendor. You can take 4 actions. 2 of them from the chips, 3 different, 2 of the same, stack of 4. 2 of them from the card display. Build a card either from your hand or the display by paying its cost, or reserve a card from the display and grab a wild chip. Only up to 3 in your hand at a time. The last 2 things are check for triggering a noble as a free action, and that you only have 10 or less chips in your display. Simple, simple, simple. The fun of this game comes from trying to build up your mine engine, all right? Now what you do, or what I do anyway, at the start of the game is I take a scan of what cards are on the table. These cards down here, they're going to be going. We're going to be flipping through these. People are going to be acquiring these right off the bat because they cost such a small amount of chips, all right? So it's kind of hard to plan for these guys because they're going to be moving. The second and third row, however, it's going to take a while for any player to gather enough resources to purchase cards in these 2 rows. So we can take our time and develop a little strategy for these. What I like to do is scan around and see which chips are in demand. And for this spread, it's the blue. This emerald mine requires 5 blue, 4 blue, 3 blue, 1 blue, 3 blue, 7 blue, 3 blue. All right? Huge sapphire demand. So that means early in the game, whoo, this card, I want it. Hey, I might even reserve it right off the bat to make sure I get it. All right? And the reason why, of course, is if I take this into my display, if I build it, every turn hereafter, I will have 1 sapphire. So suddenly, to grab this card, I only need 4 green chips, 2 blue chips. All right. This 7-point blue has now been reduced to a 6-point blue because I always have this blue in my hand, in my display, right? Ones I'm not so interested in, well, diamonds. 1 diamond, 2 diamond, 3 diamond, 3 diamond. That's it for the diamonds. So this card, even though it gives me 1 prestige point, maybe I'm not so hot on it. We have 2 blacks down here. 2 black, 3 black, 7 black. All right, maybe. If I see everybody else scrambling for sapphires and I decide I don't want to fight that game, maybe I could pick both of these up, right? This would give me 1 onyx. This would give me 1 onyx. And all of a sudden, I have a little monopoly going on onyx. If no one else is playing it, that might be to an advantage. But seeing how these mines, right, how you invest in them to make your next level of investment a little less daunting, that's the heart, the meat, and the joy of this game. So I'll see if I can't wrangle up my husband to play around with me again. Unfortunately, he has gone out of the country once more, so I don't know if I'll be able to track him down. I might just upload this without the gameplay, just so you can see the spread of cards, see how easy this is to learn and teach, right? 6 things. 6 things, that's all you have to know to really enjoy this fabulous game of Splendor. Okay, so here's our second playthrough of Splendor. This time we're playing by the written rules instead of my crazy made-up rules. And I'm gonna let my husband go first. What do you think about that?
Oh, I'm very excited.
Okay, go for it, kid.
Since I struggle with the game, I will take every advantage I can, and I will start off by taking 2 green.
Okay, so we play very friendly, right?
Yes,
in this
absolutely.
game. So, at least for the opening round, I think our standard gameplay is to figure out which card the other person is going for and sort of let them have it for the first round.
For the first round.
And then after that, all bets are off. So,
it's very clear which card I'm going
right. So
for.
you're heading for this little black one, and because there were 4 chips, you could take 2 off the bat. So I'm going to let you take that one.
Awesome.
And just to clue you in, I'm going to take
the other
lowest
high value card.
Right, because these only take 3 chips.
That is exactly right.
These 2 are incredibly expensive. So I'm going to go for 2 blacks. So our I don't know, unwritten rule seems to be
yes, let the it's only a 2-person game rule.
Correct.
When there's more than 2 people,
it's cutthroat from the beginning.
Yes.
But I'm not going to try and jam you up by taking. I could take a green and a red.
Yes.
And then we're in battle for this card, but we don't play that.
No, we don't do that. So, and since we're at the beginning of the game and there's lots of stacks with 4 chips in them,
correct.
For my second pull, I'm going to do a double color again. I'm going to pull two red, and I'm not going to impact you at all.
You're going to leave me my 2 white.
2 white.
So we do start this game very friendly, don't we?
Yes, and then I will purchase my card.
All right.
And start in.
And that's sort of the end of the
now the gloves are off.
The gloves are off, and so I'm going to answer you and take my 2 black, my 1 white, and I'm going to get a sapphire mine. What do you think about that?
Very cool.
Oh, look, there's another one for you.
Oh, all right.
Okay, and so now we have to figure out how we're going.
So now I will
play
take
this.
A red, a green, and a white.
A red, a green, and a white. And I don't know. I kind of wanted that onyx, the one you went for, because there's not a lot of blue happening here.
Yeah, understandable.
So I'm going to go for... So I'm guessing you're aiming for this guy, right?
How could you tell? Yeah.
I'm really good.
This would be a good time for you to pick it up.
I could just reserve it out from under you, but I don't need another blue card. I'm really not interested in that. So I'm going to go for...
I left you the inexpensive black.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Just saying.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to go for a white, a blue, and a red. So And we like to stack our chips on the cards.
Yes.
It helps you remember that right now I have 2 sapphires available to me, right?
Yes.
And the interesting thing is when you go to buy a card, like if I was to buy this card and I need to spend 1, I don't have to spend my chip, right? I can satisfy it through my mind and keep this chip
extra. Surplus.
Okay.
Exactly. So I'm going to do that with my black, my red, my green, and my white, and my
that little blue one.
Little blue one. I'm not about to give you the chips.
Please.
Yes. So.
I like this game. And for the record, you have just returned from overseas, right?
Yes,
you are a little bit jet lagged, so I probably.
Thanks for giving me that nice out when you smack me down in the game. So.
Just to let people know.
Yes.
So I have my 2, 2, 1, and we have the identical minds. This is not going to end well.
Yes.
We need to diversify.
It's difficult, so.
All right, so you go for something that I'm not going for.
Okay, so I will actually take a. If there's a red chip on top of the black stack.
Oh, sorry. You want those 2 blocks?
No, I want a red, a blue, and a. Ooh, I don't know what else. And then I will take a black as well.
I wanted 2 blocks. Okay.
That's where the gloves are off.
Yes, I wanted those 2 blacks, but you took them. So I will go for a black, a red, and a green.
So I will spend 2 reds and 2 blues.
That's 1 blue.
And my
second
blue for my mine, and buy this
little green
lesser
guy.
expensive green.
Leaving me. Oh, I want
nice.
that one.
And there's you can almost afford it. So.
Yeah, I want that one. Okay, so I'm going to go for a blue, a red, and a white. Man, got a rainbow of colors going on here.
So, okay. Now I want, let's see.
Yes.
I will take a red. This is where I know 2 of the colors I want. A red and a blue. And now it's kind of like, well, what else do I want looking down the road? And I will take a white.
Okay. So I'm going to pick up my little diamond card here with my 2 blacks and 2 blues.
That's a good investment. Okay. Oh, there now. Okay, I'm still building on what I want. So I will again take the last red.
Okay.
And a white and a blue.
All right, so you have 3 blue and 2 white. Interesting. Okay. I am going to go for... All right. I think I need more...
More base?
More base cards.
1 point green is looking good.
It's looking very good, but if I could have grabbed 2 black, I would have been all over it. But
yeah.
You hogged the 2 black. So instead...
I don't like to leave you a 4 stack if I can.
I know, right? It's
too tempting, and
it does tempting.
Even though you're down a gem, it's a very big advantage to power up in a color quickly.
I agree. So I'm just gonna take a black, white, Now, would you please buy something so I can get some of these colors back?
Unfortunately, I'm not ready to purchase just yet.
Killing me. 2, 4, 6. Okay.
You actually have a very wide variety of chips and are stopping me, so I am going to reserve this card.
All right.
There you go.
Right.
That's a decent card for you right there.
It is. It is. And I am going to pick up I need those darn chips, but they're just not there. So I'm going to reserve this card. I'm going to jump down this road. Is that what I want to do?
Take your time.
Oh, no. Actually, no. I'm going to reserve this card.
Oh,
because that one's worth a point. I get the same gem. I'm going to take one of these.
What is that out there? Okay. Okay, I'm still not ready to purchase, so I'm going to reserve another card. But I'm just putting, I'm mixing it up on the table.
You're just waiting for me to go first, so I will. I'm going to buy the card. I just took it in my hand. I need 3 white. I need 3 green. I have 2 in a wild. And I need 2 black.
There you go.
And I'm going to add to my stack of black.
1 point black. All right.
Ha! I'm winning.
Well, now that you finally purchased your card, I'm going to spend 1 green, 4 red, if I may to give you these to put back,
Finally.
and 2 black.
Okay.
And buy my white.
Ah! I get my black stack. I'm taking
There's, yes. Okay,
2 blacks, please.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay, you can get on there. Good. Okay, so I am actually going to take a white and a a white and a red and and a what should I do? And a green.
All right. I'm going to spend my 4. Pick up him.
Awesome.
The blacks are back.
Ooh, that's a cheap green.
It's not worth anything though.
It is not worth anything. So I am still building towards my purchase. I'm going to again take the green. Oops, sorry, the white and the black.
All right. I feel like you're hogging all the chips. How many chips do you have, dude?
2, 4.
Yep. 6,
4,
8, 10. You're
6,
at 10.
I'm at 10.
You are hogging all the chips.
I am hogging. I am a chip hog, but I was worried that I had gone over.
Okay. Are you? So now I'm at this cookie point where I can't get anything because you have all the chips.
Yeah, I have a lot of chips.
You don't have a lot of chips. You have all the chips, my friend.
Yes, the half of the chips are to be picked. You have very little chips, but you have a lot of mines.
I do. So let's see. Can I get this guy? I have a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 2.
Yeah,
so I have nothing else to do. I'll just.
For free.
I have to pay 1 red chip, but
there you go.
I don't have a lot of other choices.
It's okay. You're building your mine base.
But I would rather have
all
point mines than
all your mines belong
mines.
to you. All your bases. Okay, so I will actually give you back the pay
fabulous.
5 white and 3 blue.
Okay.
And buy my second sapphire mine.
Cool. Finally, a big stack.
So now you have a lot to choose from.
I'm gonna go for. So the 4 stacks are blue and white, right?
Right. That is right.
All right. I think I will take a double stack of
blue.
Or a double stack of white. Now I'll go for white. I'll go for white.
Okay. That's cool. I am going to go for black, white, and green.
Oh, you left me the double stack of blue. Interesting.
I did, yes. I debated. I debated.
So just to keep my options open, I will take that double stack of blue.
Okay. I will again take. So here I'm going to go and I'm going to go for black, green, and just to mess you up, blue.
It doesn't mess me up at all. Thank you very much.
Okay, good. Sorry. Okay.
I'm going to go for blue, black, and a red.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you all your green back.
Oh, hallelujah.
And buy this bad boy.
Okay. Ooh. So how many do I have? I got 2, 4, 6, 8. So I could only take 2. So I could take the 2 green. Man, that would be a lot of chips if I did that. Interesting. So many choices. I went from no chips to ton of chips.
Yeah, see,
all right.
Quickly you can.
So I'm going to, I think I'm going to reserve a card, believe it or not.
That's a good idea.
I think I'm going to pick up this guy.
That's a good one.
Take a wild. Okay.
Alrighty, well,
This still is a giant
I know
green stack.
now it's always, how do I want to go about doing it? I am actually going to reserve this card because I'm always worried about.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe how low these points are. This is ridiculous, man.
Yes, it's the second row is rough sometimes.
This second row is just not playing nicely here. Okay. Oh, I do not like this second row at all.
It's tough.
How many do I have? 3, 6, 9. So I can only take 1 chip. But I just don't see anything I want to buy. Oh, that just sucks. Okay. Alright, be that way. I will go for 3. I guess I'll just grab this little guy.
Okay.
3 blue, 2 red, 1 black.
Oh, that's a good card.
I have a line of every color now.
Okay, I will take 2 green. Since you left it for me, I will take that gift.
You're very welcome. Oops, sorry, this red goes down here.
Yes.
I'm gonna go for, I guess I'm just gonna have to buy some sucky cards. Alright. I'm gonna go for a blue, a green, and a red. I can't believe how low these points are. This is crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to spend 2 of my black, 3 of my green, and 2 blue, and pick up that one. If I could give these chips to you.
Absolutely.
And there. It's kind of an expensive card.
Blue. All right. All right. I guess I'll just pick up this guy. 1 blue, 3 green, 1 red. And we'll leave you with another blue.
All right, all right. All right, I will pick up a blue, a red, and a white.
Sounds good. All right, so I'm going to reserve this card.
Okay.
You have 5 blue sitting over there. Sorry.
Should have reserved it.
You should have reserved it.
I should have reserved it. That's okay, though. That is okay. I will not make that mistake again, and I will reserve this card.
Don't forget your little token.
I will take my little token. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you know that I'm going to be spending next round.
Thank goodness. I'm going to actually reserve this card. Ooh, my hand is full. Hopefully nothing... Oh, that was the last chip, too.
Yeah, that was the last... Well, don't worry about it. So, I debated whether to reserve that 5 blue.
Yeah.
Because I thought... And in my mind, I thought, well, I can take the chance. I can get more chips if I don't reserve it.
Right.
If I reserve it, I get 1 chip, but I can buy it.
Yes.
So I learned that lesson every game. Every time
do.
I think,
every time
I shouldn't do that.
Every time I reserve your
burned.
cards out from under you.
Yes. So I will pay 5 blue and 3 green and get this green.
Man, you got a ton of green going on.
Working it.
All right, so I'm going to plop down. Oh, which one first? I guess I'll plop down the 5 blue one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's the blue back and some wilds.
Okay, now it becomes my turn.
How many points do you have? You're really
I was just
leading
at 2,
it.
4, 6, 8,
9.
9
And
points.
I have 5.
Yes. So I will. Let's see. If only I could, I will take. And I will actually take a. Just because I don't want you to have to be able to pull, I will get a blue and a green and a red.
Not a problem. I'm going to start putting down these cards.
Okay. How many points do you
4
have?
blue,
4 blue.
2 green, 1 white.
There you go.
So I am up to 2, 4, 6, 7 points.
I will buy with my 6 green.
Sheesh.
My 3 points.
Oh no, you're going to win.
Let's see. 2, 4, 7, 10. I am at 12.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't think I'm going to be able to catch up with you in
Yeah,
time.
but, 3.
All right.
3.
Let's go for... the problem is, all these cards stayed so low down here.
The second row, yeah, there was a few, when the 2 points came, we snatched them up.
Yeah.
Right. And I learned my lesson from that. When I got lucky, you took the 2 points for 5 blues that I could afford right then.
Yeah.
I snatched my 3 poins for 6 greens.
I'll just take 2 green.
Okay, so originally I was going for this card. I needed 1 more green until I realized that I could just buy this card outright by paying 1 black.
Yes.
And now that triggers my noble.
Oh, I wasn't paying to the nobles. We've never triggered a noble before.
It is very rare, the noble. So, 6, 10, 14, 15.
You did it. You beat me.
I think going first on a 2-player game is very advantageous.
Well, technically, I would get my last turn because you went first.
Yes,
so
actually.
If I could come, I should be able to play my turn out.
Could you buy your card in your hands?
No, I'm too far away in points because I am 2, 4, 6. I only have 7.
7. How are you doing on the noblage?
Nope. I got 3.
You're getting close on,
I wasn't really going for the nobles.
Yeah, it's hard if those. Oh, these 1-point whites are so expensive.
They are. There were just some bad ones in the second row. Anyway, so that's how you play it correctly, right?
That is correct, yes.
Every mine produces 1 gem, not
the value.
The value 3. But
I think that's a cool way to do it.
Yes, we should note that you can play the game this way, or you could play the game where it's this would produce 3 reds, this would produce 4 reds, this would produce 3 black. It changes the game, but the game still works, right?
Oh yes.
Game still works. Do you like it?
That's a different interpretation, or a looser interpretation of the rules, which I think you come up against. No, this is one of my favorite games du jour.
Yes.
Right, because it involves a lot of strategizing, a little bit of player interaction.
Right, but you don't have to be mean.
Yeah, you don't have to be mean. You can be mean.
Can be mean.
And it's a different game, 2 players versus 4 players.
Right. Right. But it's a lot of fun. We like playing Splendor.
Yeah, it's a very quick, fun game.
Yeah, we'll probably play it again, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And you won.
I did.
Are you so happy?
I am so happy.
I'm sure there was a recording malfunction, though, so we might not. This might get magically erased.
More than likely, this is not going to go up on the internet web.